I call the member for Noosa.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, it is again a privilege to represent the crossbench in summarising the year that saw both celebrations as well frustrations, but importantly deep gratitude. Happily for all in chamber, I will stick with the celebrations as our frustrations are well documented as well aired in this chamber, though I may add in some ruminations. For the first time, regardless of the great diversity that is across the back and right down there, and the diversity is not only geographic but in social representation, covering 28% of Queensland, we did agree and did a united joint statement. There were other things that we agreed on, and of course, you know all of those about the committee system, etc., etc., etc. All I need to say is we will never give up on those. There were many events outside of this chamber's role that have reiterated the importance of unity and for diversity of viewpoints to be respected. The divisions being created in our own country by events overseas are deeply saddening. As a multicultural society, we must be united in efforts for peace. Healing is needed and a reminder of who we are, what we strive for and what we aspire to. The crossbench, this year 6 bills were introduced or debated that demonstrated again the diversity from climate transition, inclusionary strategy, family school costs, all the way to liquid fuel supply, bush education and blue card bills. And of course, with the Youth Justice Reform Committee, there is opportunity to obtain bipartisan agreements and efforts for greater safety across Queensland, and we thank the government for this. There were projects delivered for our electorates, as well as some protests, but I'll just stick with what was delivered. The replacement of 6 Mile Bridge number 7 in Noosa is nearly complete, which is fantastic, and the Pomona Campus Hall, and many others that have been hard fought for and are very appreciated. In Country, a much-needed CT scanner for Ingham Hospital, the completion of the Atherton Hospital and launch of their relocation sentencing policy. Copper String was a welcome addition, though as they relayed, not so the gillnet fishing bans or the speeding fines. That wasn't on the Santa wish list. For the Greens electorates of Mayowa and South Brisbane, the interim funding for school upgrades, pedestrian crossing and the start of the Montague Road corridor study is good news. However, there was no early Santa visit with little progress on a new site for the Inner West Primary School. For Morani, a pipeline for Mount Organ, and Morani, I think all the bulk of money went your way because between that pipeline, Rookwood Weir is up and running, with Mount Morgan producing gold and jobs soon. So I hope you share some of that gold with the rest of us. And of course some areas along the Bruce Highway sealed. Though I did see on your Santa wish list you want to do some repurposing of the old Serena Hospital for accommodation and that, so I'm sure that if you've been a good boy, Santa may deliver that. We celebrate our incredible electorates and all within and send our deep gratitude to them, as well congratulate on the work that you all do for our communities. Our fabulous frontliners in both the private and public sectors, from our nurses, teachers, police and QPWS rangers, all the way through to our retail and hospitality workers, plumbers and carers. The list goes on and on. Thank you. A special call out to our government agencies. Deep appreciation for the efforts throughout the year because it has been a tough one. Our not-for-profits and community organisations and all of our volunteers. There are no words to express how we feel about you. The provision of so much, whether sports for our kids, support for those experiencing hardships or saving our lives. We could not exist without you, and every day you put others first, often at great detriment or danger to yourselves. All without pay and at times not a lot of thanks. I know every MP would agree. You are gold. To the Premier, all ministers, departmental and agency staff, our gratitude to you all. There are many challenges along the way and frustrations can lead to your inboxes overflowing. I'm not sure whether we need to apologise for that, but we are persistent. Our weeks in Parliament are made special by the incredible parliamentary teams, from chamber attendance, IT, catering, security and housekeeping, through to maintenance, Hansard, our secretariats and library research teams. Your smiles, friendly and efficient service and efforts for us are deeply appreciated. We especially love the cheery and at times creepy decorations, cafe creations and our gardens, which are beautiful, and when you actually go out there, they are very much the calm in the storm. To our Speaker, all deputies and acting speakers, thank you for all that you do. There were moments that us as MPs made your job extremely difficult, and may we do better in the lead-up to the elections, demonstrating to Queenslanders, I see there's demonstrating to Queenslanders that we can voice our opinions whilst being respectful to the chair and each other. To our clerk, that you continue again to not lose a hair through the annex renovation, our contesting of standing orders, conventions and determinations, all the way to our efforts to make change, is truly testament to who you are. Your endless knowledge and advice we cannot imagine how we could ever do without. To our own staff, we and our electorates appreciate you every day, even if you don't hear these words enough. And no, that does not mean you get out of doing the 10,000-step challenge next year. It just means those that missed out this year will need to join us in 2024. To all MPs on both sides, your staff, families and electorates, we send hearty wishes for a wonderful Christmas, with ongoing recovery for those who have experienced disasters and loss. Know that we think of your communities at these traumatic times and ask that Santa brings all that you could ask for, including no fires and some rain. Thank you for the friendships and coffee conversations, and even in the heat of a debate, the lighter moments. And it was really lovely earlier hearing much laughter in here. It's nice. And going to those lighter moments, including the lighting of the tree, which I know you are itching to get to. So Merry, Merry Christmas, everyone. See you in 2024.